Hello, hello, everyone. How are you this morning? It's Sunday morning. I have things I gotta do. I'm setting up Lolly Doff. Can't remember what I did last year for Christmas. It's the uh, what do they call that? That's Rudolph's little misfit toys. All right. I just set them up. I gotta fix some of them up. Get a little touch of paint here and there. But anyways, I'm ready to tackle this next chapter in our Bible, which is going to be in Genesis chapter 34. All right. So give me a second. Read so I can see what we're reading. But wait, I can do a commentary first. Where you guys? Okay, because it's been a while since we talked about it. But anyhow, we came from this idea that in the chapters 31, 32, and 33, that this was this idea of like when you gain possession of your land and you want to hold on to it. And here and there is an agreement. Well, and this is also where we get the name Israel from. It's our first mention of it. But in this particular place, we're still we're at number 34 in the book. And if you add that together, that's a 7. And of course, they're talking about Dinah. But in this situation, she's really not the mother. She is the messenger of the mother. She winds up being what they call the damsel in these stories. So it's the first damsel coming in. And if I can help you to remember stories of the John the Baptist having his head cut off, that it was the mother sent the damsel to do the dancing in front of, the king, her father, and grant her anything that she wished for. And she asked for John the Baptist's head on a platter. So that is total. That is what they call that's all jargon. You want his head on the platter. It's all a good thing, but it was the damsel that made it. She winds up being what draws you in to the mother. And the mother takes things. All right. Then she takes them. This is a good thing. They just all sound so awful when you take it by the letter. That's how come by the letter kills. And we actually think that God ordains and sanctions this kind of behavior. No wonder we act like animals, but this is because of our take on the Bible. And the only thing that we are to understand is the word. We are not allowed to take the word out of context or use it in any other way. But the Bible does tell you in the word that there are 2 ways to read this. There's for those people that are worthy and those people that are unworthy. Well, for a good long time, I've been on the unworthy side, but only for a short time have I been on the worthy side. And I can now understand and teach the other side of the Bible. And that's for those people that are new here. That's what we're doing. All right. Now, what is happening in this story is that it's still continuing on from the previous chapters. There's something going on here because Jacob is brought back into play, and these are the children of Jacob. So these are all the inner workings of Jacob, and this is his children. Okay, so they all have to do their job, and for him to become this Israel. All right. So what we're finding here on the 7th chakra is that we are being we are being told of it, that his daughter Dinah has been defiled by a local guy who is a prince of his land. All right. Now the outside body of us is the land. All right. And when you're a prince of the land, remember you're a prince of peace. You're God. You're Jesus. This prince of peace is talking about us as an outside thing, the person themselves. Now, we get the name Shlickum is the one who did all the perpetrating. And his name actually means shoulder. It means back. Okay, back, B-A-C-K. And it also means it's a sense of responsibility. When he sees Dinah, he falls in love with her immediately. All these men fall in love with these damsels right off the bat. I mean, oh my goodness, all right? And it's like a love at first sight, and then there's a kiss or something, and it seals the deal, and they go run off and tell their father, oh my God, look what I did, look what happened. I just met someone from our own family, and we're going to make happiness together forever and ever. Okay, so here we get Schlickum, who rapes her, okay, defiles her, takes her out of wedlock. And at this, and this is not a good thing, all right? And the brothers and the rest of the family, it's like, oh my God, this is terrible. But anyways, he did this before he marries her, and his soul longs for her, all right? He's from a family called Amor, Hamor. This literally means an ass, okay? And we know this is the first introduction of an ass, because we get donkeys throughout from this. And that is the stubborn nature of the flesh. Stubbornness, this absolute stubbornness. This symbolism is beautiful, all right? It's still horse. It's still got 4 legs on it, But anyways, it's like the lower side of man, lower side of humans. And it's really more about our mind, our lazy mind, our lazy flesh, all right? It also means dirt and clay. These are things that we are made out of, all right? And the dust, remember that, the dust, that's the inside. That's the spiritual side. It's something that's more see-through. But the body, clay, and it can be remolded and shaped. It's the whole idea. All right, so if you read this correctly, this guy, Schlechem, this Schlechem guy, he is the shoulder of an ass who dwells in a tent. And that Hivite is what it means on the third. Hivite means dwellers in tents. And if you haven't learned that we're talking about meditation, that's what it means to pitch a tent. It's like you leave yourself, you leave your body behind, and you go into this place. And this is called pitching a tent. And the tribe of Judah pitched their tent towards the east. Is it the east? No, to the east. It's like the rising sun. We meditate and we look towards the rising sun. We want to see the sun coming in the clouds. And all you need is just one time. It only takes one time to do this. So I've got the book back there, the story going on behind me, but I'm telling you out front, how the story's going to work out. So Dinah is defiled, and the father comes and says, how can we fix this? And I said, well, if you become more like us, then we will share with you all this that we have. Your stuff will be my stuff, and my stuff will be your stuff. We will be one people. So this is the idea that we're still continuing on from the previous stories. This is like the final curtain call for this business of, what are we going to do to fix this problem? Because you're not like us, and we want you to be like us, or we're going to just come and get her and take her away, and you won't be able to see her. So anyways, this is this idea that they said they agreed, and all the men in their little world were going to agree to circumcision. And I did touch on this on a story yesterday, but the idea is circumcision is this idea of cutting off from the lower. And in meditation means that, this is it. No more lower. And when there's no more lower, then all the bad has to go. All right, so in the process of this, the men sneak up from behind them. The brothers, two brothers come, of course, only two, right? Come in and get them with the sword. Those ideas that sword is that it cuts you in half. All right, just what they needed. They needed their inner person to come out, and you can only get to him by cutting him with the sword. That's another meditation term. You gotta let loose what's inside of you. You know, if you don't let loose what's inside of you, what's inside of you will kill you. Have you ever heard that before? I'm sure you have. I've said it a lot of times and never even knew what the hell I was saying. Anyways, we got to let it out. All right. And so what we're going to talk about here is this is the damsel, and he talks so beautiful. He wants her so bad. His soul is attached to her and wants it so bad that all these people in this town are willing to go down with them. All right, so they cut the ends of their penises off, just the tip, just the part. And in the process of this beautiful situation, they come up from behind them and kill them. All right, it's beautiful. That's what you're supposed to do in order to make it over to this other side. Now they're all one. Now they are all one together. And it goes on to tell them that they got this, they share brothers and they share sisters, and at the very end they say, are we to treat our sister like a harlot? But yeah, because she's representing what comes first. And now what happens on the next couple of chapters, I'm going to just tell you real quickly, is that Rachel dies and she gives birth to Benjamin. So you'll see that she represented what was before too, and all of this is now over because of Dinah. This is the idea. It's just all new. Everything is being brought new. There'll be even more talk about now. My name is Israel on these stories. So what you should be picking out of these things is that from the beginning they keep just giving it to the next little person in their family, the next little person in their family, and they'll say, surely his generation will go on, and they'll keep my words, keep my commandments. And basically, the generations are all inside of us. All of us, we are everything. We are everything. I'm trying to teach my sister this, my sister PJ, which I ain't heard from in a long time. If you're listening to this, give me a holler, or I'll holler at you later. But anyways, it's just as I'm trying to teach you that there's that this, what the Bible is saying. It's just cool stuff. Don't cost you nothing. But the modus operandi is that we don't hear much about Dinah no more after this. All right, and that guy seriously wanted to marry this person. All right, so the name these one of these, what did I say it? One of these means this Hivite, this children. Yes, the Hivite, the guys that are in the that means tent dwellers, right? And we recognize the tent dweller as the person that's going to be meditating and using his kundalini. We also recognize the symbology of that being the serpent. And so Hivite is a Chaldean name. And it says that the meaning means serpent. All right. And so, it's just a beautiful way of teaching the idea that this is about the seventh chakra, the number 7. This is number 34, representing 7, and all this transformation where they just overthrew the other side, and they agreed to the circumcision of cutting off from the lower so that they could be a part of this holier side, and that it just fell out in front of us. But it sounds and you get all the spoils, every the spoils. You got to take care of all. You got everything that they had, And so it's just one big happy family now, you know. And all it took was you cutting off a little bit of your penis, you know. It's crazy. It's some crazy shit. But we know better. We certainly do. All right. But anyways, that's chapter 34. All right. Chapter 2. I hope you get something out.